Hi, my name is Miyako Matsumoto, and I am an assistant professor of history at Honolulu Community College. I teach a variety of classes, but my areas of special interest are U.S. history, specifically Asian American history, race and immigration, and the American West. I'm also a historian consultant for the Hawaiʻi Council for Humanities History Day program. The topic I'm covering today is developing an original argument, including multiple perspectives and student voice. What is student voice? In the context of this project, student voice means your original argument and conclusions about your topic. What is an original argument? An original argument is research-driven, which means that after choosing your topic and composing a research question, you conduct extensive research in primary and secondary sources. Based on your findings, you will create an answer to your research question. The answer will be the basis for your thesis statement. You want to make sure to have a strong thesis statement. A thesis statement is not a question. It is not an assertion of what you are going to do in your project. It is not your personal opinion on the topic. It is a statement of your argument. It is your voice in your project. Make sure that your project is focused on your argument, which means it's focused on your thesis. The thesis is a thread woven throughout your project. All parts of your project should be connected to proving your thesis statement. You prove it again by using your primary and secondary sources. Here are some tips I have for you related to student voice and original argument. First, avoid using I statements in your project and other personal pronouns as well. The exception is when you are writing your process paper. The reason you want to avoid I statements and use of other personal pronouns is that this project is based on research. It's your research thesis statement, not your personal opinion. Therefore, your thesis should not be phrased, I think, I will argue, I believe, etc. Make sure that you're balancing summary and analysis. It is important to demonstrate that you have done your research and that you are interpreting it, not just restating it. This is an important part of having a strong voice and a strong argument in your project. As far as multiple perspectives go, I wanted to start by talking about why they are important. They are important because people experience events and understand them differently. Including multiple perspectives, as opposed to the experiences of only one person, provides a fuller and more diverse picture of the past. This is particularly important because background shapes perspective. By background, I mean a person's gender identity, race, age, nationality, socioeconomic class, etc. So when you are researching, you will want to think about how past developments were experienced differently by diverse communities. This, including perspectives from people with different backgrounds, enables you to bring voices forward from the past that may have been underrepresented. The voices that tend to be silenced are those belonging to minority communities, women, and those with little to no wealth. The reason for this is that most records from the past were created by the elite in society, and they wrote about their lives and their concerns. Over the past decades, historians have focused more and more on trying to read the silences and bring forward the histories of marginalized communities. Historians have a responsibility, and that means that you have the responsibility to think about how your research and the stories that you tell impact your audience, and the way that your audience will then understand your topic and the past. I wanted to share two examples with you. There are links that you can use to look at these sources yourselves. The sources that I will talk about are two primary sources from the same event, the bombing of Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. I'm filming this on August 5th, which means that tomorrow is the 75th anniversary of the bombing. Again, if you want, you can look at these sources yourselves. I'm just going to give you a very quick overview so that we can think about how different perspectives bring forward different views of the past. So in the first primary source, which is President Truman's address to the nation, President Truman is basically announcing that the atomic bomb has been dropped on Japan. He talks about the bomb and he focuses on how it represents a significant scientific achievement for the United States. And in his words, he says it was a battle of the laboratories. He discusses the possibilities of nuclear energy and talks about how the creation of the bomb generated over 100,000 jobs in the United States. He mentions Japan only to discuss how the United States will now destroy, in his words, Japan's power to make war. He places the blame for the bomb on Japan's failure to accept an earlier ultimatum. What's not in his address is any mention of the human toll of the atomic bomb. Reading his address to the nation alone would give you no indication of how many lives were lost when the bomb was dropped. This is not a full picture of what happened almost 75 years ago. If you look at the second link, the second source shared, it is a statement by a survivor of the bombing of Hiroshima, Toshiko Saeki. She focuses on retelling the experience of living through the devastation caused by the atomic bomb. If you were researching the bombing of Hiroshima, having both of these sources gives you a fuller picture than just one source alone. But that's still not enough. You would need many more sources and more perspectives to responsibly complete a research project on this topic. If you're still thinking about multiple perspectives and how perspective changes one's opinions about different times and places and topics, you can think about the importance of multiple perspectives in light of today's COVID-19 pandemic situation. What is your experience like as a student? What's your parents' experience like? What is the experience of elementary school students like compared to high school students? What's the experience of the doctors or other frontline workers? Everybody has a different story to tell about today's COVID-19 pandemic, and the same goes for every single event that has happened in the past. So good luck, and please take care. I would like to also convey that my hope for you with this year's National History Day project is that you will be able to see connections between past and present in more places than just the topic that you are researching. I hope that you are able to use your skills every day, and in particular, that you begin to look for multiple perspectives when trying to understand any complex topic, whether it be related to current events or topics from the past. Thank you and good luck.